Well, Scott, it was really nice to see Mike. A lot going on with trails. That was exciting. So there's still a cat running around here somewhere.
There.
Yeah, creeps me out a little bit. I'm not a cat guy. I'm a dog guy. I like cats. Cats can coexist.
All right. Well, there is a lot going on, and we got a lot to talk about, and we've been prompted to get through this quickly by somebody.
Yes, apparently we have a ton.
We'll try to power through this as quick as possible.
You'd think we were syndicated or something.
So let's bring back the
graphics.
The monitor, our highly digitized monitor here.
Yep.
So we had a great Parlor City Christmas event this past weekend.
We did. I'll tell you what, of course you and I did some walking, visited some sites. It really was fun. We enjoyed it. Started with breakfast early on in the morning, hit the Legion, hit the Masonic Lodge where Santa Claus was, walked around, hit the Historical Society. We did quite all of it, I
know
think.
You were pretty impressed with the people slinging around the fire.
Look, here's the thing, okay? So it's snowing, it's windy, there's a bearded man dancing openly on the street with a torch lit with a giant fire on the end of it. I mean, I'm good with this. What a way to celebrate the holidays, right?
And the Grinch keeps making appearances, it seems like.
He does, and we've tried to talk to the Grinch. He's not very conversational. I think he needs some counseling, but nonetheless, he's the Grinch.
But we had some reindeers going on. We had a live nativity scene. We had some magic
Had the
going
trolley,
on,
the trolley
some
doing
ballerinas.
transportation. Yep.
Lots of things going on.
Did the cookie walk?
Did the cookie
I'm
walk.
still pulling cookies out of the freezer, man. We had a lot of cookies bought that day. And last thing I need, by the way, is another cookie. So
somebody characterized it as a very hallmark moment with all the snow falling throughout the day.
Yes, it was mentioned more than once.
I guess the only thing that I struggled with a little bit, I think I counted 4 Santas.
We talked about that. You're an engineer by trade, so you weren't reconciling the math on that very well.
I was not.
Okay. Nonetheless, great time.
Great event. We want to thank the Chamber for putting on the event. Another great opportunity to visit our downtown. We appreciate the Chamber and all they do.
So we do have a lot going on, and I think I'd like to talk for just a minute about the pool. Let's talk about the pool. I drove by the other day. Buildings are up, crews are working, we are making progress. We are going to be in the water by Memorial Day.
That is the mandate from the mayor that it opens Memorial Day.
Indeed.
And luckily the snow is gone now. So the snow you see here obviously has disappeared. They were pouring concrete today. So that's pretty exciting. They are on schedule. The buildings are really starting to take shape. You can actually go out there now and it's really starting to look like an aquatic center, not so much just a big hole in the ground. So hats off to the crew. Our park director is out at all the update meetings, and she's keeping them on task.
Brandy is a force of nature, no question about it. And this is a generational project. It's going to be great for the community. Kids, the pricing, people have asked about the pricing. I think it's going to be very similar to what it was before. We want everybody to be able to afford to go to the pool. It's a community pool.
Yep, for sure.
All right.
So I wanted to give you another quick update on the community garden. There's a Parlor City Community Garden Task Force. They're meeting once a month. We've got a plot of land that we had to go through area plan to get rezoned.
Which
city land that we had to get rezoned.
Because I'm on the area plan for the city. So I think we actually had the shed built before the zoning was actually changed. Somebody pointed that out. I'm like, we just, don't worry about it.
So hauling it over from Lowe's, does that really count as being built?
According to area plan, it does.
Okay, well, regardless, you are going to see out in social media soon the opportunity to express interest in purchasing access to a plot. It's really, really expensive. 4x6 plot costs you $10 for the entire gardening season.
Seriously.
Or if you want to up it, you can go to 4x10 for a whopping $15 and have your own plot, garden, whatever you want. There are certain rules you have to apply by, but we're trying to promote community gardening. And so we'll have opportunities to purchase your own plot. And then we're also going to have a true community garden where volunteers will be actually doing all the gardening, all the weeding, and it'll just be an opportunity for someone to come and pick produce right out of the community garden.
And I think that's amazing, and it's a concept that has been talked about, and now it's going to happen. So let's talk about now. So there's a lot of talk about this too, and if you've heard about it or saw the newspaper article, we are going to do a lead line replacement. It's mandated by the federal government. It's going to be expensive. We have to fund it, but we do. We have lead pipe in our inventory. So like many communities now around the area, we're dealing with this too.
So I wanted to talk about this a little bit because some of you are going to start to receive letters in the mail. And when you get the letters in the mail, it's going to talk about lead in pipes. And I want to assure everybody that your water is safe. It's consistently safe. We test it all the time. Yes, there may be some lead pipes in the inventory. It is not affecting the quality of your water. But you're going to get a letter that's going to tell you all the things that are terrible about lead in water. Yeah. So don't be concerned, but we have to give you notice. And we're going to start the process of what's called potholing. And potholing is where we're out trying to determine whether the line actually has lead in it or doesn't have lead in it. So when you look at this plot, all the red dots we know are lead. All of the yellow dots, we're not sure yet. So you may see somebody out over the next several weeks digging a hole. It's going to be roughly an 18-inch circular hole. They're going to do it with water jet cutting, yep. Pretty cool technology. Yep. So they'll use that to sort of create the hole, and then they'll suck all the dirt out.
This might be in your yard, right? That's what you're saying.
It could be in your yard. And what we're doing is we're trying to determine whether you've got lead in your line that connects from the main into your house. And if you do, then you're going to be on the list to have that line replaced. Now, the key is that if you show up on that inventory, the city's going to try to make contact with you. We're going to try to make contact with you 3 times because we need your consent to replace that line. It won't cost you anything.
No cost to you, and be clear
totally
about that.
Free,
yep.
And you'll get a brand new line that you can be assured has no lead in it. But you do need to give consent. So again, the city's going to reach out 3 separate times to get consent. So timeline, over probably mid-January, you may see some potholing. And then once we get all the potholing done, we're going to start to do replacement of lines. And we're going to start on the west side, and we're going to turn around to the south side, and then we're going to work our way into downtown. And this is all on the west side of town for right now. That's where we're starting. So if you're on the west side of town, if you're on the western edge, you'll probably in the first groups of houses. Then we'll sort of run down the houses down along Spring Street, and then we'll start working our way north into downtown because the downtown area is going to be the most sort of tasking or technically difficult. But I wanted to give you a little bit of idea what that looks like. So when we talk about a lead service line, we're talking about this stretch of line. So there's the water main that goes down the street, and then off of the main there's going to be a stretch until it hits the meter, and then after the meter is the stretch that goes into the house. We're going to be potholing both these 2 segments. So we're going to want to know what is this leg of the line made of, and what is this leg of the line that goes into the home made of. And again, if that determines to be lead, we're going to be asking for consent to replace this segment. We will replace this segment regardless because that's the responsibility of the city. Anything before the meter is responsibility of the city. Everything after the meter is the responsibility of the homeowner. But in this case, we'll replace this entire stretch at no charge to the homeowner.
Let me ask a quick question because I know it's going to come up. If my yard is potholed, will they put the dirt back in? Will they seed it? How will that work?
So they will refill it. There will be some reseeding after an appropriate time. We're not going to do it in the winter when we start potholing. Right. So you may have a hole there without any grass anymore until we come back around for spring. But we'll get all of that taken care of for sure.
Now, one of the things that this kind of loops into is our streets.
Right.
This is going to be a major deal when we start digging up lines and we have to get into the roads. So we have paving projects, we have some things, and I know that we need to, because I've heard what we're doing, we're trying to be efficient and cost effective, right? So let's talk about that.
So again, this stretch may very well enter the street. So we may be disturbing the street. So we just were awarded a grant. Actually, it was in the newspaper on Tuesday. It's called a CCMG grant, and we were awarded the maximum award a town can get awarded, $1 million.
Which is great.
So the city's putting up $1 million, we're getting matched with $1 million, so we've got $2 million of street improvements that we can do. And you might ask, well, there's lots of street needs downtown. In the map we just looked at, why aren't we doing those streets?
Right.
Well, we're not doing those streets because we've got to do the lead line replacement, and we don't want to do a brand new street and have to go back in and tear it up again because we got to replace the lead line.
Right.
So because we knew that, we pivoted a little bit with our CCMG grant, and these are the areas that we're going to address through those grant funds. So if you're in any of these neighborhoods, sometime later in 2026, you're going to see your street greatly improved. So be on the lookout. Again, 2026, probably springtime, early summertime, work will start to begin. We'll start to put bids out here soon. $2 million of street improvements. I also want to make note that we talked, I think, on our first episode about the wheel tax, not to bring up a bad topic, but wheel tax was necessary to give us access to as much community crossing matching grant money as possible.
Yeah. We were going to get cut out of that if we didn't have it.
That's correct. Now I want to talk about a grant that we didn't get.
OOR.
OOR. So we applied for what's called an owner-occupied rehabilitation grant. It was a $350,000 grant opportunity to assist homeowners in need of housing repair. And that would have provided up to $25,000 per home to make critical repairs. So you go through this whole process, again, a lot of work to put the grant application together, and it gets scored. And the funding threshold to get funded is a score of 450.
What do we get?
449.62.
No.
We missed it by 0.38 points.
They wouldn't round up?
They would not round up,
Come on.
because I asked that question. They would not round up. So we got on the horn right away. I mean, we just learned about this last week. Yesterday, we had the state of Indiana in my mayor's office with the Okra Grant regional coordinator, and I wanted to go down through the whole scoring system, every category, and understand where did we miss? What's our opportunity to reapply? And there is another grant opportunity. Another window opens up in January.
Okay.
So that's sort of the end of January, it opens up. Once it opens up, we've got 30 days to get another grant application in to get access to this $350,000. Here's what we need. We need people to contact the city and let us know if you've got some of these needs. If you have a roof repair or replacement, heating and cooling system repair or replacement, hot water heater repairs, ADA accessibility enhancements or threshold repairs. If you've got those needs and financially you're not able to afford that, and it's creating some safety issues for you, we want to keep you in your home. And this is a great opportunity to get $25,000 towards those repairs to knock them out, get you in a safe condition. But in order for us to cross the threshold of the scoring, we need people to contact the city and say, yes, I am a homeowner, I am in need of some of these repairs. Let me express my need and support of this program. The more people that apply, that doesn't mean you're going to get funded, it doesn't mean you're going to get picked, but the more people that express interest, the better chances we have to score higher.
And I think there's several communities around us that have been doing this thing, and it's great for seniors that often are on a fixed income. It's great for families that want to stay in their home. They actually have ownership, and they maybe have some income struggles. things are tough today for some folks. So this is a great program for that. You've got to contact us though.
Seniors, disabled, vets, single parent families, all those opportunities exist, but please get a hold of us. We're going to have a public engagement meeting on January 15th at 6 o'clock at the Dream Center. So January 15th, 6 o'clock at the Dream Center. Come learn more about this program. We'll give you the opportunity to get access to the application that night. We really need a big turnout. All right, Rick, here's your quiz of the day. What is this thing?
It's not a turkey baster. Let's see. It's got an antenna on top of it. Is this what the government uses to keep tabs on me? Is that what that is?
It is not. Why would I show something like that in this podcast?
I don't know. We're talking about secret cameras earlier, and turns out they just count cars and the amount of cars, and I don't know what this thing is. I don't know. Is it a fancy thermometer, or does it sense public opinion and record it? I don't know what it is.
This is the traffic counter.
Oh.
This is what the traffic counter looks like. So we talked about with Mike that we're doing all this work for the Community Safety Action Plan, or the Comprehensive Safety Action Plan, get the an acronym right. So when you see these out there, we're just counting cars, okay?
That's all there is to
That's
it.
all we're doing.
Okay.
So you may see one of these devices out there. We're not finding people for speeding.
We're not scanning your license plate.
We're not scanning license plates. We're counting cars and recognizing what the inventory is because we're trying to find the areas in town that are the least safe that we can go out and try to get help from the federal government.
And all kidding aside, I think there's a little bit of AI in here and how they do that, and that's why they take video of it, because then they can get all kinds of data from that, not just how many tires went over it. So it's not a turkey baster, it's not recording your license plate.
No, it's not. But what it is doing, again, going back to our conversation with Mike Lotzenheiser, is giving us critical data to look at this future 124 trail project or any other streets or corridors in our community that we think we've got safety concerns. And there's another survey out there right now on the city website for anyone to go out, fill out the survey. If you've got an area in town that you think has got traffic issues or safety issues, this is your opportunity to fill out the survey, let us know, and potentially that gets on the list for us to address. Same thing, the more attention we get, the more survey responses they get, the better our grant applications can be.
Yeah.
So go check it out, it's on the city website. We've been pushing it out through social media. Take the survey. It takes about 5 minutes.
5 minutes. We need to hear from you. Moving on.
All right. We've been told we got to hustle here. So, start of the brand new year is the start of memberships here at City Hall. So, we've got 2 membership opportunities. One is the City Gym, and one is the K9 Commons membership. So, City Gym, I know it's expensive. It's $110 for an individual for the entire year.
Yeah, it's cheap.
The entire year. Or if you're a family, $140 for the entire year. So it's not going to be the biggest workout area in town, but there's a lot of equipment. It's very well kept up equipment. A lot of opportunities to get in there and get healthy. Obviously, we've got the city gym, which is available to come out, hang out in, play some basketball, play some volleyball, I don't know, dodgeball.
I love dodgeball.
Racquetball courts. I'm a big racquetball court player. I don't know how many people play racquetball anymore, but I played a ton in college. I think I'm still pretty good at it. So if you want to try me out, call the mayor's office. We'll go out to racquetball
wait a
court.
minute. Is that a challenge?
That is a challenge. You want to take me on?
No, I played in college and I did not do well.
Yeah, it's probably a good thing because I think I'll kick your butt.
Okay.
And we've got a sauna.
I didn't know we have a sauna.
We have a sauna.
I didn't know that.
That's why we do these things, is to let you know that we've got a
no
sauna.
idea.
So $110 for an individual, $140 for a family. And so here's the cool thing. You may think, well, there's other gyms in town, and look, we support all our local businesses, But the cool thing about this membership is when you pay your $110 or $140 to the city gym, that money is going back to the Parks Department. And then we can take that money and do other things with it. So that's the important thing. If we can get more people joining our city gym, that's more revenue coming in to our parks director who can deploy that into more activities for the city.
Now, I have a hack here that I'll mention for the next part of this. We're going to talk about the Canine Commons, right? So here's my hack. When the weather's decent, I spend a lot of time here with our dog, and I will walk laps around the perimeter of this park while my dog does whatever my dog does, and she just loves it there. So there's my hack. You could do fitness and care for your dog.
How many steps you get in one lap?
I think it's 15 laps is a mile.
Okay. And we've got a new pavilion out at the Canine Commons area. Have you checked
That's
out the
where I've
pavilion?
collapsed after taking about 15 laps, and I lay on the table there and, look bad, frankly. But that's very, very nice. It's very nice. Little shade.
Should we let EMS know when you're out there?
Yeah,
make sure
I need
you're-
one of those buttons that you just, to wear around my neck, the pendant, or you just hit the button, because, I'm getting up there. I mean,
So staying on the parks and pool theme, the first of the year is also the opportunity where the summer parks and recs jobs become available. So lots of opportunity to pick up some summer work for high school students, maybe college kids when they're back in town. Obviously the pool, because we're gonna have a bigger pool, we're gonna have a bigger need for lifeguards. We're gonna have a concession stand at the pool, so we're gonna need some concession workers. A lot of other activities go on throughout the summer. Our tennis courts, our pickleball courts come into play.
I think our youngest son actually worked for the Parks Department a couple summers. It's a great job for a kid who's coming up and wants to make some spare cash.
Or if you just want to get out and ride a lawnmower, that opportunity exists as well. And we got that cat theme coming up.
I was going to say, there's this cat around here. So what's going on here?
We are currently recruiting for a new supervisor of our animal control area. So if you're interested, a job description will be available on the city website. Feel free to check that out and put in your application. So if that's not up now, it will be shortly, but a great opportunity to support the animal shelter and support the cats, the adoptable cats and the adoptable dogs in our community. And last but not least, when you join the gym and you join the Canine Commons, all that money goes back to allowing us to do these sort of events. And so these are some of the January parks and recreation events. We've got the 100-mile challenge. You gonna do 100 miles?
I don't know.
How many laps around the Canine Commons would that be to do 100 miles? Can you do that math quickly? Obviously not.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like I was doing the math.
Were you?
So make sure I was checking it, make sure it was
You got
right.
that phone in your lap. I think you were punching it in the phone. I don't know.
Can we move on? Man, really? Is this how it's? So this is how it's going to be.
This is for today. I mean, it's
Okay.
Christmas.
All right.
It's coming up.
All right, moving on.
The Parks also does a toddler time and play day. So if you've got toddlers and you need to get them out, get some healthy activity in our city gym, go check that out.
Oh, crocheting. I know you're an avid crocheter.
Oh, so you're going to come back with that?
Oh,
one,
yeah, yeah.
So
you
I get
make
it.
a lot of doilies. So
I am not a crocheter, but I hear there are lots of people who enjoy crocheting.
my daughter-in-law crochets, and she's very good at it. She loves to do it. So
So if you are a crocheter, here's an opportunity to participate. If you're not and you want to learn, check it out.
And then finally, Theater Thursday, January 15th. It's a PG-13 film. And what is it? The A-Matter? The M-Matter?
The amateur.
It's a weird angle for me. Okay.
Okay, so
Can we edit? Can we edit
we
that?
can't do math and we can't. Okay. So lots of things going on.
Well, look, it's been a long month, all right? It's almost a holiday. I've had a stressful month. It's the amateur. I see it now.
Okay.
I'm perfectly good at it. Can we quit now? Are we done? I think we're gonna wrap things up for Parlor City Voice. The camera guy's fallen off his chair. It's been a weird day. Can we wrap it up now?
We can, but I want to give a quick shout out to Bourbon MD, who allows us to come here and do this podcast. Again, Felger Hart for all your heating, air conditioning, and plumbing needs.
Yep.
Quinn behind the mics.
Quinn, the
Someday
man.
we're going to mic
You're the
Quinn
man,
up,
Quinn.
But
Some say the master, others say the amateur. Who knows?
We really need to get him mic'd
Just
up.
saying.
Let's get him mic'd up next time. Can we do that? We're gonna mic the producer. All right.
thanks for joining us here on Parlor City Voice.
Have a Merry Christmas.
We'll be back in 2 weeks.